Hello everyone, and welcome to Symphony Preview at Helena Civic Television. My name is Betchey, the Helena Symphony's Director of Development, and I'm here chatting today with Allan R. Scott. Maestro, the Symphony has gone through so many changes since March, and we are truly living through some unprecedented times. I was hoping that you could start off by speaking about some of these changes.
Well, it's been a long time since we've had our Symphony Preview, so I'm glad to be back. And like everything else, the Symphony, we pulled the plug on things 2 days before really anybody did. It was early in the second week of March. I was in New York conducting in Philadelphia, and then I was in New York and saw things just sort of getting a little bit crazy. And I immediately called staff here and said, we got to come up with every crazy idea there is. Complete out of the box thinking, because we had no idea. At the time, we were thinking, well, this might go on through May. Last, we were thinking, just a couple months. So we were thinking, what are we going to do for the rest of the season? In the end, we lost the March concert with less than a week and a half notice. We lost 2 education concerts. We lost an opera. We lost a benefit concert. We lost the very popular Symphony Under the Stars. We lost $245,000 of our little less than $1 million budget. But fortunately, we're healthy financially, and our partners and donors and patrons are so generous, and so we've been hanging in pretty well. Also, we've been very fortunate that many of the federal loan programs and local grants and things have been extraordinarily helpful. So by the time once we got stable, we realized we have to keep coming up with different ideas. So for a long time, we kept saying we have a plan A and a plan B and a plan C. And then we stopped saying all that. We started saying we have a plan A, and when that doesn't work, we have another plan A. We didn't want to ever convey that we were going to do anything less than. The goal was to make sure our patrons were safe, our orchestra musicians were safe, our crowd musicians were safe, our staff was safe, the hall that we're visiting in is secured, and how to handle this responsibly. We immediately started following the Vienna Philharmonic and their studies, the Colorado University studies, and how to deal with getting orchestras back. So wind and brass players, obviously not masked, but plexiglass shields in front of them, 6 feet out. Everybody else masked. Conductor masked until he gets behind the plexiglass shields. And to do this in a way that still spreads everybody out. So it's a normal space that would hold, if we build the stage out 16 feet, a normal space would hold about 280 performers. That's only now holding 45 because everybody is spread out so far. And then most importantly, and the most difficult decision to make was no audience. We could have pushed it. We've partnered with Lewis and Clark County really since March, checking in with them every few weeks, every month, telling them what we're thinking. And they have said that the Symphony's plan is one of the best plans they've seen. So we're really proud of that. We even have our Symphony mask brand here. And so players wear that, and we didn't know how things were going to go. We launched the season in February before COVID, so therefore tons of people already bought subscriptions. How do you handle that? So we really made sure we treated the subscribers like they were world-class, first-class seats the whole way. From these incredible gift bags with Prosecco and chocolates, Helena Symphony wine tumblers, stickers, what we call a Symphony watch pack before every concert, where they get these cool Silver Star recipes that have to do with sort of that's our official restaurant, and drinks and things they can make at home. They get access to a VIP only room prior to every concert for a pre-concert crash course. And then most importantly, we decided we're not going to charge anybody to get to watch these concerts. Many orchestras are doing this. We said, no, we're going to give it on YouTube and we're going to give it away. No paywall. We didn't know who was going to come. First concert, we had about a little under 2,000 people. That's more than the hall. The hall holds just slightly under 2,000. It's the largest hall in the state. And within 24 hours, we had almost 5,000 people that watched. And that was on September 19th. Then we went to a children's concert on September 26th. Symphony Kids, 3,000 families, kids, all over. We were getting people all over Helena, Montana, the country, Europe, South America. we didn't know. We asked people to consider making a donation for what they think the concert was worth. We sold just as much, and we brought in just as much in donations as we would have on tickets. Mm-hmm. The average donation was $64. This is incredible. And then we had another Masterworks concert on October 24th with a Russian pianist, and again, people from all over the world watching. So that's where we are, and we also did a fundraiser on October 1st, online, virtual platform. Everything was pre-recorded, raised almost 3 times as much as we would normally raise. So what we're seeing is that people are extraordinarily generous right now. They want music more than ever. And this reminds me a lot of September 11th, when I was scheduled to be conducting in Fort Collins, Colorado that week, and I just assumed we weren't. Airlines were shut down, sports were shut down, the economy was shut down, businesses were shut down, schools were shut down. And the concert was sold out 2 days after September 11th. People were insisting, we have to have music. Mm-hmm. What that taught me was, when we're stripped of everything of who we are and all of our possessions, what I'm learning is people crave things that it's the very essence of who they are, whether it be prayer in a church or synagogue or mosque, or it be a way of connecting without saying anything, like music. And I think that's where we are today. And I think that's, we've had to change programming, but we've kept some of the programming, at least the essence of a lot of it, the same. And I think we're finding that people are wanting our concerts more than ever. And whether it be the family concerts, children's concerts, or the main subscription concerts, upcoming concerts. We only call it Season 66 Part 1, because we don't know where we're going for Part 2. But the thrust of Part 1 is that it's on. Mm-hmm. That is the branding. It's on. It's online. The ON in 1 for Season 66 Part 1. The ON in the word donate. And so the whole thrust of everything, the ON in the word symphony, has been that it's on. We're online. There's a big billboard in town. Mm-hmm. It's on.
Yeah. Well, and I think that one thing that has really struck me since joining this team is just how incredibly innovative and creative we've had to become in order to meet this challenge, because it's just so much bigger than us and our staff and our orchestra. It's for everybody in the Helena community, the Montana community, the people that we are reaching that we normally wouldn't be able to. I think that that's what really makes this experience something so unique to the times that we're going through. And I was hoping you could speak a little bit about our upcoming education concert, how important educational programming is to our organization, and what you hope people will be able to get out of what we're doing right now.
Right. Well, you just touched on something that's really important. That in no way is our online virtual concert experience in any way meant to duplicate or replicate the concert hall experience. You're not going to. It's not going to be the same. I didn't say it's not going to be as good. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be the same. We're not trying to duplicate. We're trying to innovate. And that's been our thrust this whole, since March. How do we innovate in a way that still brings artistic integrity to what we do and change people's lives through our music making? And that's what we've done. And so you're seeing the conductor from the front. You're seeing the soloist, the pianist hands as if you're 2 inches away. You're seeing things that if you were in the front row, you still would not see as if you're watching it online. Mm-hmm. You're seeing as if you're in the orchestra. It's a completely different experience. The next concert is Saturday, November 7th at 10 a.m. Subset of the orchestra, our traditional symphony kids, created by our education coordinator, and with actors and members of the orchestra. It's designed for 5 to 10-year-olds, but anybody can watch. Not only is there a cool music lesson, it might be about a composer, this one's about Bach, but there's always a life lesson. Mm-hmm. This one's about friendship, being there for people. And so we always incorporate these very basic, rudimentary, important lessons that we need to know when we're growing up. So the narration is still there, everything is still there, except you get to watch it from your couch and with the family pulled up, and it's a half an hour still, and we expect hundreds and hundreds of families to join us on Saturday morning, November 7th. And the final thing I want to say is that many people, we're laying off people. you know, the Helena Symphony is 230 people. We have 78 players, 120 singers, 16 board members, 17 staff members. We didn't lay off a single person. We hired 4 positions, including you as one of our new senior staff members, our director of development. And I think we all know that, especially in this business, orchestras are shutting down. Symphonies, choruses, opera companies. The Met is shut down. New York Philharmonic is shut down the next June, July. Many are shut down through January. Many in Montana are. We're the only ones streaming without an audience and streaming it for free. And everybody's trying something, but some are shutting down. And the ones that are trying something, we're all trying to figure it out. And I think the Helena Symphony's been so fortunate because we have such a dedicated staff, a dedicated board. We were hell-bent on making sure that people still can experience our music making and in a safe way with our patrons.
Yeah, well, and I think that so far we truly have been able to find a way of meeting in the middle and accomplishing this. And I don't think anybody really knows what's going to happen in the coming months, but I know that for me, at least, this music and some semblance of normalcy has really been a comfort to me, and I hope it's a comfort to everyone watching at home, because we just lack so much right now, and I think that there's no replacement for the therapy that and the beauty that music brings to all of us. It is an essential service in our community.
And we've said that, you know, and I even said that to Governor Bullock. I said, you know, let's not kid ourselves. The symphony is going to be the thing that brings our community back together, where it's just as essential as the hospitals and the churches. We exist, and I've been saying this before COVID, we exist to save lives, and we're doing that. There's people who are lonely, people who are just naturally extroverted or having a hard time, people who are just craving connection, and this is what our performances allow us to do, and I think we've been doing it it's been so exciting to watch the reaction of people. They have reached out to us. We've gotten hundreds of comments. And it's important to know that our YouTube channel, you just go to YouTube, and that's on smart TVs. You go to YouTube, type in Helena Symphony, and we're right there. We only keep them up for a few days. So if you don't catch it live, you can catch it a few days after that. But then after that, we take them down because we want you to experience it live with us. We're not pre-recorded. We are live. It's on. And November 7th is the next one. We have Mozart by Candlelight, November 14th, and a Christmas in the Cathedral, Monday, December 7th. But the next one is November 7th at Saturday at 10 a.m.
Yeah. Well, and I hope that everybody will be able to join us for these upcoming concerts, and I hope that you all find solace and comfort in the music making that we are bringing to you, whether you're in Helena, Montana, or anywhere else around the country. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me, and thank you everyone at home for watching Symphony Preview.